Go on everybody, welcome back to another cooking video, welcome back to the kitchen, and welcome back to Snoop Dogg from Crook to Cook. So this time out we are making spaghetti della hood. So this is Snoop Dogg's take on spaghetti and meatballs. Like I said before, I don't know if these are genuinely his recipes or if someone's helped him out with them, but I'm intrigued. I love spaghetti and I love anything pasta and tomato based. So I'm really looking forward to get this one. There's quite a few different ingredients to it. I've got them all hidden here behind this bowl, all lined up. The beer's not part of the recipe, that's just for me. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So it says you need 450 grams of basically beef mince. I've got 500 grams because you can't really get a 450 grams. So the first thing I'm going to do is just chuck that straight into this big bowl. Next, it's 1 cup of just dried breadcrumbs. It says Italian. I've just got some standard golden ones from my local supermarket. Next up is going to be 1 tablespoon, which I'm just doing roughly, I'm not actually measuring out, of finely chopped parsley. Parsley is something I always, for some reason, struggle with finely chopping. I find it very strange. I'm sure there's people out there with probably better cooking skill than me that can tell you exactly the perfect way. I just try to clump it together and then go for it. But it doesn't matter, it's all going to get mixed into the bowl with the rest of the ingredients. I haven't mixed anything together yet. I'm just waiting until everything is in there. Next is 1 tablespoon of Parmesan cheese. Again, I'm kind of eyeballing this one. You can kind of tell what a tablespoon is, but when it comes to cheese anyway, no amount is too much. I'm going to say, that's about a tablespoon. It doesn't really matter. Next up is, so it's 2 teaspoons of salt. That's 1. And 2. And then follow that up with half a teaspoon of cracked black pepper. Again, just eyeball this one, not measuring it out. Probably would if I had like the already ground stuff, but I don't. That'll do. And then 1 beaten egg. There we go. And you need to mix all that together to make sure it's all combined nice and now. There's one best way to do this, and that is get your hands in and just, get it all smashed in together. I just always think it's best to do it with your hands. Some people don't like it, but it's not going to hurt you. No, it's fine. Does it feel pleasant? Not particularly, but like I say, that's not going to do you any damage. Right, it's mixing together nicely. Right, so that is, in my opinion, perfectly beaten. So I'm going to show you what it looks like now. So that's it. Big clump, holds itself together really, really nicely and solid. So I'm going to get a big plate out. This one will do. Close my messy cupboard. And it says 12, this will make 12 ping pong sized meatballs. So obviously size is completely up to you. You can make it into, I don't know, like several, say 6 big ones. Some people like really, really big balls. Well, I'm going to try and stick to the recipe. It doesn't matter, they don't all have to be identical. Just do what feels right to you, really. Here we go. We've got 13 on here. Can't obviously hold them at too much of an angle. This one here is actually probably the correct size. It tells you to make anyway. The other ones are all at a really decent size, so stick them there. And next we need 2 now. On a medium heat, we're going to add some olive oil into a pan. There we go. And then basically once this is heated up enough, we're just going to fry these off a little bit. Okay, so it's just got hot enough. So I'm going to start putting them in. Now it says to not overcrowd. It does say to use a Dutch oven too, but who the hell just has a Dutch oven lying around? But that's fine, because I'm just going to cook these in probably 2 batches, because obviously I don't want to overcrowd them. So there we go. So we've got 6 in, and they all have a nice amount of space each. So what I'm gonna do is just turn these occasionally, 7 to 8 minutes, just turn them occasionally until they've browned off. I'm gonna do that obviously with them all, and then we can get on to the next bit. Okay, so sorry, there was a bit of an issue with recording there, and I think we've lost a fair bit of it, but we've done the meatballs. There is a tiny bit of pink on them still, but that's fine because they're gonna get added into all this soon. I've just put 1 cup of onion in and 4 cloves of garlic, and we're cooking that until basically it goes translucent. We added some more oil in that I had to coat the bottom of the pan. So yeah, I do apologise, I don't know why it cut out, but yeah. But the onion's frying away really nicely. So this is looking good to me. Smells nice. I love nothing more than fried onion. So now it's 2 cans of peeled plum tomatoes in tomato juice. So we're going to add them in. Right, so I'd normally use chopped tomatoes or passata or something like that with a spaghetti sauce or a bolognese. So this one's just straight up like peeled tomato. Oh, to be fair, yeah, once you get them in, they do start to like kind of melt in a way. So I think they're going to be nice, especially because this is going to be cooked on here for an hour all in all. So then it's a teaspoon of sugar. I am probably going to add a dash of salt into it as well. But there we go, there's a teaspoon of sugar and a bay leaf. So we're going to get all that stirred in together. It's a dried bay leaf, because for the life of me, I'm really struggling to find fresh. There we go. So that's it. That's the sauce. Needs to now simmer for 30 minutes. And then we're going to add the meatballs in and the 170 grams of tomato puree, and it'll have a further 30 minutes. So I'm hoping this is going to be really good when it's done. Right, so it has been 30 minutes. So we need a towel because otherwise I'm going to burn my hand on the metal. So I'm just going to remove it from there for a little minute. So we're going to give it a quick stir around. Fog my glasses up. Looking okay, looking good. So as you can see now, it's becoming like a bit more watery, which is completely to be expected because it's not got the puree in yet. But it has now. So puree just thickens things really nicely. So we're going to mix that in first, like so. And now we're going to add the meatballs. So I'm going to use my hand and just add a few at a time because I don't want them splashing out. Don't want to lose anything if we don't have to. Ah, yeah, man. This is looking good. I can actually stir it now. There we go. Already it's, you know, fairly thick. They don't need to be completely coated, of course. But here we go. Sorted. So now they're going to be getting cooked just like that for a further 30 minutes. So we need to bring it back to simmer and obviously cover it. And then whilst it's cooking, we're going to make the spaghetti as well. Right, so it's all done. So we're just going to remove it from the heat a little bit. So I don't want it completely spitting at me, ignore the dirty hob. That looks good. There's only one thing for it now, and that's to get it served up. If anyone said anything, yeah, I'm only having a small portion because I'm probably going to end up having this for my tea as well when my partner gets home from work. But I want to see how it's turned out. Oh, that's solid, that's nice. It's thick, I didn't want it runny. That's good. It's definitely not. Right, so, oh my goodness, where am I going with the camera? I do apologise. Right, let's get a meatball onto there. Hopefully I don't lose any points for presentation. So it's not the sauces, which I wasn't expecting it to be because of the, I don't want the bay leaf, because of the tomatoes that you use. And that's obviously mixed all in. But yeah, it looks nice, it smells good. So we've added extra parmesan onto it, and I have to say, I think it looks great, to be quite honest. So let's give it a taste. Disclaimer for everyone that might be thinking it, no, this isn't where we actually keep the dining table. It's well and truly over there. It's just, well, I put it for recording purposes, and I couldn't be bothered to move it back to try this. So obviously we want a bit of the meatball. Let's have a look at it. That's a big boy. It's cooked absolutely perfect. It's boiling hot. I'm trying to show it you without dropping it. Yeah, it's cooked really nicely. So we're going to break a little bit off, get some spaghetti on there as well. Just knock it off for a second. Here we go. Hopefully it's going to be nice and cool. That's really nice. Oh wow, yeah, that's really good. The meatball itself is just full of flavour. Obviously, that's got parmesan in it already. In fact, you can actually see little flakes of it. I don't think the camera will be able to pick it up, but no, it can't really. There's tiny little flakes of the parmesan in there. Then you add more on, you've got to, and it's such a nice cheese. And this has turned out absolutely fantastic. I'll definitely make it again. It works really nicely with those whole peeled plum tomatoes. But obviously you can use anything you want. If you're not a big fan of them, then you can use chopped or whatever. But yeah, this turned out great. And I'm definitely going to be making it again. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. Other than that, if you enjoyed it, leave me a like and subscribe if you're not already. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye bye.